Kenny, first of all, welcome. And school year, it's been an unusual one, but how's it
Oh,
been for you?
yeah, unusual. That's the word. Um, it just take a little getting used to, but it's been fun. This community is cool. The teachers, all that, they're real adaptable. They're good. They're easy to work with.
Well, everybody has their COVID story, right? Everybody has something weird that's happened to them. What's yours? What's your COVID
And
story?
I don't I don't really know. I haven't had anything like real weird happen that just stands out right away. Uh, Mostly just classes. Like all that's so weird. Like if you just thinking about it, how has to wear a mask and we can't sit next to each other. That's kind of like just the weirdest thing
Yeah.
for me, at least.
Have you done a lot of online stuff now for your college classes?
Yeah, that's pretty much all my classes are.
How do you like that?
Um, I really don't, but we got to do it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I like being in the class and actually just being there and hearing and seeing. But
Kenny, Kenny Stone is our guest. You redshirted last year. Are you going to come back for a third year, or have you decided yet?
I haven't decided yet. I'd like to, but yeah,
Yeah. Your redshirt last year was for medical reasons, correct?
yeah.
And how are you now physically?
Oh, I feel better than ever. Last year was my back. I couldn't get away from this like this lower back problem, and I kept having to go back get shots, steroid shots. There's a bunch of different stuff, and I finally just took it like after we got sent back and just taking a couple like good few weeks off and a month off, and it starting to feel better, and I started to do some more rehab and working it more, and it's been better ever since.
Yeah. Sitting there watching the guys play last year after you played in the first couple of games, I think. But what was that like? What did you learn from that?
Oh, I learned so much last year. That our team last year, that just the whole year was just a big learning experience. It's probably the best team I've ever been a part of, no doubt. And I think everybody on that team is going to say that. Um, just just watching 1 through 15 last year could compete at any level. Like that's how we felt. Like we felt like we could be anybody. We always were together, like working. It was just I learned so much from last year, and I think us second year guys this year just really kind of put it into our new guys this year.
Yeah. Kenny, the season this year, we're 3-2, which would maybe be shocking to some people, but they don't realize how many good teams we've played.
Oh yeah.
Is that something you guys talk about? Is that something that's a topic of conversation?
Oh yeah. But I we could be. I mean, we could be anybody. That's our mindset going in anything, and so any loss is not acceptable to us, and we try to make it up. But we need to definitely get better. But we're getting there.
Yeah. Your role on this team, you're kind of like a first year player. Your role is to be an outside shooter, I believe, more than anything. What kind of
Yeah.
pressure does that put on you while you're sitting on the bench waiting for your opportunity?
You just gotta stay ready. You just wait. You gotta wait on your turn. But I'm ready. I'm ready whenever. That's why I tell them.
I would think one of the hardest things in athletics is to sit there on the bench for a while and then come in and be expected to shoot right away. Is that difficult?
Yeah, it is, but it's really like a mental thing. If if you're like sitting there on the bench mad that you're not in there the whole time, then
Right. I'm talking like in baseball, if you know you're going to be a pinch hitter, you can go somewhere and take a few practice swings or
yeah,
something. You don't have that. You have to sit there in basketball, I
yeah,
think, right? You can't go in the back room.
uh, yeah, you gotta. That's the hardest part.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
making sure your muscle memory. That's what it is. That's why we
yeah.
practice.
Well, speaking of that, you utilize that return, the ball return thing as much as anybody. No one's in the gym. You set that up underneath the basket. You make the shot or miss it, and it's caught by a net and thrown back to you. Do you have a name for that machine?
Oh, yeah, that's the gun. Yeah, that's the gun. We all use it.
Yeah, and I've seen you guys out there using that. outside of practice, of course. But
Oh
is
yeah.
that the thing? Is it the muscle memory? Is it the repetition? All of that that makes a good 3-point shooter?
Uh, yeah. I think it's just as much as mental as it is physical and actually getting the memory down. But I mean, if you get enough shots up, more shots up, the more like the better shooter you're gonna be.
Right.
But
Tell me about the mental side of it. What are you thinking about?
every time you shoot the ball, that thing's in. That's the only thing you got to think about. And
Right.
if it don't, you forget all about it.
Right. Right. Hey,
And this next play, next play.
you were telling me completely outside of basketball here, you're now the proud owner of a German Shepherd, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I am.
you're a dog guy.
Yeah, I love all animals.
Oh, do you? What do you want
Yeah,
to do outside of basketball with your career?
I'm not for sure yet. I'm an open book. I don't really look too forward in the future. I just kind of just go about my life, whatever's making me happy at the time. But I've always loved animals, and man, if I could even do something rest of my life with them, I probably would. But
Yeah. Are you kind of a country guy? I mean, sturgeon is not real big, right?
nah, Sturgeon's real country town. I'm from a farm, and I grew up with cows and all that. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm country at heart.
What's your family like?
Um, I kind of got two sides. I got a real country side and I got a real city side. So
Okay.
I get to live a little bit of both worlds.
Your family though, farmers?
Um, not, not really farmers anymore. My dad's side's real. They're all construction workers. So my dad owns a business, and my mom's side lives in Columbia, so they work in hospitals. So
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. What do you like to do for fun besides animals and shooting off the gun?
I make music and play video games.
Well, let's talk about the music. What kind of music?
I I'd make just about anything really. Um, Sometimes it's like my guitar. Sometimes I don't know. I just do a bunch of different stuff. I
Yeah.
just love music. So
Interesting.
yeah.
What's been the best thing about?
And
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead. I'll just ramble. Go ahead.
What's the best thing? What has been the best thing about being at North Central?
Um, just the family, the brotherhood. I mean, these relationships you build at a JUCO, especially, I feel like they're just something that not a lot of people understand. I mean, you're sitting with your team in a small town, doing pretty much nothing but hanging out with each other for 2 years, and it's kind of just a bond that I don't think a lot of people like really understand. Like we went over break without seeing each other, really talking to each other, and we come back and you just pick up like nothing ever happened, like you never left.
Right.
So it's really just like a brotherhood. That's like the one thing you really pick up here.
Well, that's very well said. That's you're not the first one that said that. Hopefully, not the last either. But
Yeah,
well said on your part. Hey,
yeah.
good talking to you. We hope you have a great rest of the year.
Thank you. You too, Rick.
Kenny
Appreciate it.
Stone, Kenny Stone has been our guest, and we're back with more after this.